We've been talking about a possible crash on Zoom stock chart for a few weeks now on this channel, and it's looking more and more likely that that is going to happen. So let's take a look at this chart once again. Okay, I've got Zoom pulled up in trading view. I've got a couple of necklines drawn. There are a couple of head and shoulders patterns playing out on this stock chart. I'll go over both of them in this video. I have gone over both of them in previous videos on this channel. If you want to check out those videos, you are more than welcome to. I will link them down below. I made a video originally on December 2nd saying that there was a possible crash looming on this stock chart because of this head and shoulders that is playing out. On December 9th, I made another video to update that and also show that there is a second head and shoulders playing out almost at the exact same time on this chart, which is, you don't see that very often, but I'm going to show you both of them right now. So let's jump into this real quick. I'm going to show you guys what a head and shoulders pattern is. I just Googled head and shoulders pattern. You can do this too. It's really easy. You type in head and shoulders pattern, click on images, you'll get 1,000 of them. But I just pulled up one that looked pretty good to me. Basically, to show you guys how this works, you got a neckline, you got a shoulder, a head, a shoulder. They all touch down to the neckline, and then you drop under the neckline after that right shoulder forms. You come back up to touch or test the neckline and then drop down. So it suggests falling prices in the future. It's a bearish pattern formation. It takes a bull trend and reverses it into a bear trend, so it's called a reversal pattern for that reason. So that's what we're talking about here. I've got two necklines drawn on this. I'm going to show you where these head and shoulders are. Either way, whichever one ends up being the one that works out, it is not a good sign for Zoom, or if you're a bull for Zoom, it's not a good sign. If you are short Zoom, you could make a lot of money here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So we've got our bull trend, right? That's a requirement for a head and shoulders because this is a reversal pattern. So it's going to take a bull trend and reverse it into a bear trend. So we got that bull trend coming up into it. We have right here a shoulder that touches down to the neck, a head that touches down to the neck, another shoulder that touches down to the neck, right? And now, after these candlesticks right here, we have broken down under this neckline. So you've got that breakdown. So if this is the neckline that ends up playing out, we will come up, test it, and then drop. That's how that head and shoulders would work out perfectly. These don't always work out perfectly. These are chart patterns. It's not 100%. We're not predicting the future here with 100% accuracy, but head and shoulders patterns do have a very high level of accuracy, like 87%. They have an 87% chance of hitting the price target after we have confirmed that it's broken down under the neckline. It is breaking down under that neckline, but we need to come up from here, test that neckline one last time, and then start breaking down from there. And then we have an 87% chance of reaching our price target, which is going to be pretty significant because this head is pretty high up from this neckline. So we can measure that. Let me clear off some of these squigglies. We can measure that price target by going from the neckline up to the head. So we get $211. That is bonkers, a massive move, right? $211 from that neckline. From that neckline to that head. So you take that $211 and you drop it from the neckline, which would be an absolute massive crash for Zoom. I mean, we are talking about entering the $180 range. That's what this neckline is targeting. Absolutely insane. 53% drop from the neckline is what I'm looking at right here. So that would be a huge move. People would be losing a lot of money if they were long on this. That is for sure. That is one possibility. That's one head and shoulders pattern that I see on this chart. And let me just tell you guys, I'm not long Zoom. I'm not short Zoom. I don't have any financial interest in this stock at all. I'm not telling you guys that this is going to crash because I'm trying to make a ton of money off of it. I don't have any money in Zoom either way. Okay, so there is nothing behind this video where I'm trying to make money off of this. I'm not invested in this. I don't short stocks. I don't buy puts. I only go long stocks. I personally believe that stocks in general go up over the long term, especially when we're in a bull market. I'm not trying to short things. I'm showing you guys so that you can make your own decisions. If you want to short this or if you want to buy puts, this might not be a bad play. All that said, I'm also not a financial advisor, so don't sue me, bro. This is for entertainment purposes only. I do trade stocks like I was just saying, but I only go long on stocks. So I have no vested interest in this at all. Not trying to make money off of this. So just so you guys know, this is just what I see in the patterns, okay? This is a pretty significant head and shoulder. I mean, like I was saying earlier, 87% chance that this is going to hit its price target if we get that last little squiggly that I was talking about. Okay, so that is a massive move. Let me clear that off and show you the other neckline, the other head and shoulders that is on this chart. All right, so let's clear off these squigglies. I'm gonna keep that other neckline just because I like to keep it there for future reference. Every time I bounce back to this chart, I like to have it on there so I can kind of see what's going on. So let's leave that neckline on there, and I'm gonna show you the other head and shoulders. So we got this higher neckline, which means this head is not as high up from the neckline, which means our price projection is not gonna be as severe. So keep that in mind, but I'll show you the head and shoulders anyway, right? We got this bull trend coming up into it. You got a head. You got a shoulder right here. Touch the neckline. Head. Touch the neckline. Shoulder. We head under, break down under that neckline, come up, touch the neckline, and we are starting our downward trend. Okay? So that is another head and shoulders that is playing out on Zoom, and this one is further along in the pattern. It's already come up and kissed that neckline, and it's starting its downward trend. So let's go ahead and measure that distance from the neckline to the head so that we can get a price target on this head and shoulders as well. All right, so I'm gonna clear off that squiggly just to kind of clean it up a bit so that we can get a good look at that head price. All right, so we are gonna grab our neckline right here, measure it up to the head. I'm gonna go to the top of the candle, not the top of the wick. I try to be a little bit conservative with these things. So I'm gonna go with $117 of price action between the neckline and the head, 117. Okay, so we are going to take our ruler and right where we kissed the neckline right here, that's where we start our $117 drop. So we come to, if I can get it to sit on 117, it's pretty tough, to $309.82, which is far more conservative than that first one, right? Because we are so much further along into this head and shoulders, we've already started the breakdown, and that gap between the neckline and the head just wasn't as big. So we are talking about dropping down to the 310 range. We're currently trading at 350, 351, 352. So you're only talking about another $40 lower from where we're currently trading. $40 on a $350 stock, that's a little bit more than 10%, right? So like 11% or 12% down from here. It's really not all that much. So that looks far more likely to hit. And look at that. I mean, look at this price prediction. It almost looks like we're going to hit this price prediction, and then that's going to be the bottom of that wave for that second head and shoulders, and we're going to start pulling up to hit that neckline for that second head and shoulders, the first one that I was talking about. How crazy would that be if both of these head and shoulders came true at the same exact time, right? We're going to trace all the way down to our price target of $310. That's our first wave down. We're going to come back up. After we hit that 310, that confirms the first head and shoulders. They're the smaller head and shoulders. We're going to come back up, touch that neckline, and then drop even further down to 180 in the scenario that I played out for the bigger head and shoulders. How crazy would that be if they both came true? I'm not saying they will. I do like to say, you know, head and shoulders patterns have a very high chance of hitting their price targets after we've confirmed all the squigglies, and we're getting there. We have confirmed it on the smaller head and shoulders, so I do think we're going to go down to 310 here. Pretty confident on that. I'm actually about 87% confident, right? I just play the numbers, guys. That's all I do. So that's what I got for Zoom. I see 310 in the near future. I see a possible crash all the way down to 180 if we come back up and retest that neckline. So it's gonna look bad in the short term. It's going to look better in the medium term as we come up to touch that neckline. It's gonna start looking good for Zoom, right? Some bullish activity, we're gonna get back up to that neckline, and then a possible even bigger crash. So that's what I got for Zoom. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscribe button. I do stock chart pattern analysis. I do these price prediction videos if you like stuff like that. If you're not, if you're here because you were looking for the Zoom price prediction, if you want to see some other stocks, hit that subscribe button, join my channel because I do these price predictions on all kinds of stocks, okay? I do what's getting a lot of volume in the market today, what's popular if I find a pattern on it. I don't do stock price predictions on just any stock out there. It's got to have a pattern that I am confident has met all the wickets that I'm looking for, okay? So that's what I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below. I'll see you there and in the next video. Thanks, everyone.